Alright, how's it going, everybody? I am the Zaben Neo Zaben. I'm here on Broadcast Zaben. Totally forgot to plug in my mouse. Just realized. Hold on one second. While we are plugging this bad boy in, I dropped that. Didn't mean to do that. We'll just drop it down. Who cares? We are going to go over, if my controller would stop freaking out for a second, I guess the new item shop. And I say I guess because this is so freaking weird. And I didn't know how to title this. I was like, do I call it the 26 still? Do I call it 27? You know, since today is May 27, does that mean all this on the item shop is going to change again? Like, I was very confused. I'm still baffled by how they just suddenly, as soon as the item shop changed, I did a video, or rather, maybe did a video an hour or two after, but I did a video yesterday when the item shop changed, and then of course I was going to wait later today. And then I hear that the item shop already changed. And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, what's going on? And sure enough, the item shop changed, I would say pretty prematurely. That's 3.5 hours from the usual time. So it's a little weird. So I'm going to let you guys have, you know, a second to go ahead and just look at the stuff because, you know, why not? I mean, you probably already have it. But some of the stuff here is pretty interesting. I already have thoughts, like, what is the best so far? Just by simply looking at this. Like, it's not that bad, honestly. But, as usual, for those who are new, what we do here is we separate everything in the featured from the daily, we give our thoughts and opinions on it, and of course you guys can do the same by either commenting down below, or you guys can go ahead and join the Discord. The link for that is down below in the description of this video. By doing that, you could get in contact with me more directly, you could get in contact with everybody else that is in our servers, and yeah, and pretty much we could have like good discussions in our Discord server, so that'd be pretty awesome. Anywho, let's just go ahead and review this, because I, again, didn't really expect the item shop to change, and then, you know, in 8.5 hours from now, do another one. So we're going to start off left to right, and we're going to start off with Dark Bomber. Now this one I actually really do like, because it is an iconic skin turned Dark series. I think this was the first one to actually do that, since it released during Season 6, and I think the original came out Season 1. But, you know, Bright Bomber going Dark Bomber is pretty awesome, and I wanted more skins to follow this concept, and I was really hoping that when Halloween comes around again, right, they would do that. They would implement, like, Dark Team Leader, or Cuddle Dark, no, yeah, because it's called Cuddle Team Leader, so I wouldn't mind, like, Dark Team Leader. What else? There's probably a bunch of other skins, like, if I look into it more, I would probably know them. But, you know, the Triceratops, Rex, those are already in the Dark series, so and I think the male version at some point should get the Dark series as well, but pretty much I just want more skins to take on the Dark series adaptation. Because that would be pretty dang awesome. And bring back maybe a new Kevin the Cube or something, you know, sphere, a triangle, what is that called, a pyramid? I was like, a triangle? Whatever, point is, I actually really like this, and I wouldn't mind getting it. I would like to buy it right now, but if I do, I'm not going to have enough for the Battle Pass once the new season starts up next week. Next, and this one's actually reactive. I think it just spews, I think the eyes glow, or it just spews things out, I forgot. Alright. Maybe for them, reactive is just this little thing coming off. I thought it was going to be the pickaxe itself, because we know that for some pickaxes, whenever it is, well, reactive, this will, like, glow along with it. Now, the thing about this is, it's practically the same, the same amount as the skin and backbling combined, which is disappointing, because you would want this to be somewhat cheaper or something, but instead you're paying already together a combined 2,400 V-Bucks. But it is a nice looking pickaxe. I mean, obviously it has like the evil horns, it's much evil, the eyes, you know. For some reason, the only thing that's pretty fair here is the Dark Glyph Glider, which for some reason I thought I already had. I don't know why I remember, like, I swear I remember flying this glider before, but I guess it wasn't me. But for 500 V-Bucks, I feel like that's sensible in a way. You know, it's a glider that has the dark glyphs on it. It just is what it is. It's the old default glider, might I add. So if you want the old default glider back in the game, this and maybe others would be the best choice of choosing. Actually, the wings on this doesn't look too bad either. Next, we're going to go with Big Chug Asst, which is obviously a play on the meme Big Chungus. But the thing is, this is clearly an adaptation of Bane from the DC comics. But instead of using, I believe they call it, do they call it Venom or Titan? I can never remember. I feel like they use both. But Venom, I mean, now I'm saying Venom from, like, Marvel. But instead of using either the Venom or Titan or whatever the heck it is that Bane uses in the DC comics these days, instead it's just Slurp Juice. So the Slurp goes literally into this mask and then it powers him up. Which, we've seen adaptations of this for Bane, either protruding from his arm. It would go from, like, his arms, his back, his head. I feel like this one, it reminds me a little bit more of Bane from the Batman and Robin movie way back, right? I feel like that's what I get out of this, but it's not bad. I mean, if you want, like, a big, I don't know if you want to say, like, a parody of Bane or something, like, by all means, like, I would get this. This would be, like, a good, like, thing to have. Like, if I ever play with PB Joey, he uses Batman skin, I would be more than happy to use this and the Harley Quinn. Double Tap. I mean, it's literally just two Slurp barrels, I guess we'll say, since it is a barrel, connected into this one tube, and it looks like it's going from one into the other. I thought it was going to go, like, both inward and then, like, I don't know, somewhere. But hey, I mean, it kind of just is what it is, right? It's just some Slurp barrels as a pickaxe. A lot of V-Bucks. I don't really remember this wrap, if we're going to be honest, but it's not bad. Literally, it's a gradient of light blue to, like, a regular or darker blue. So it looks kind of teal right here in the middle, in my opinion. I mean, it is just different shades of blue after all. Maybe this is teal, I don't know. And then you have these different, like, strokes of yellow. So, I mean, 300 V-Bucks, sensible, right? It's not animated or anything, which it could have easily been, like, keep the gradient and have the yellow, like, sloosh, you know, waving throughout the gun. That would have been pretty cool, but since they're not doing it, I mean, yeah, it just kind of is what it is, right? So this is pretty cool. It is a lot of money, though. 1,500 for the skin, which I think is fair, but 1,200 for the pickaxe as well. And he doesn't have a glider, surprisingly. So if there is, like, some type of Slurp glider or something like that, by all means, just put it on him, and you're pretty much good to go. Now, this one, I'm not excited for, but a lot of people seem to be excited about it, is Recon Expert, a Season 1 default skin that did get an alternate style, which is the hat being on and off. But so many people are happy. I mean, I've heard people being happy about this. Now, don't get me wrong. This hasn't been back since, like, 925 days or something like that. Which is long. That's, like, what, a year and a half? Almost 2 years? I'm not really sure. But, wait, let me see. Yeah, you're probably close to, like, 2 years. The point is, you know, oh, wait, no, yeah, it would be. I said 900, right? 300 to, yeah, that's like 2 years the skin hasn't been released, which is a little weird. You would think that a skin like this, you know, being a default and such, would come out a lot, but I guess maybe due to high demand or something or whatnot, they brought it back, or maybe even they themselves knew, like, oh wow, this skin hasn't been back for almost 2 years, or hasn't been back for 2 years. Let's go ahead and just release it again. So I'm not really sure what the idea or what was the intent of re-releasing this, but for 1,200, I mean, there's nothing really, like, about this that's, like, exciting or anything, you know? This was just a skin that, like, some people bought, and then, like, it never came back for 2 years, and then that's what made people go, oh, this is the rarest skin ever, blah, 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 I want it now. Don't get me wrong, I love when things are rare, and you're like, yes, I have this rare emote or skin, but by all means, I wish, you know, I like it when they're, like, exciting, too. I mean, again, nothing wrong with this. 1,200 for a nice-looking skin, but I don't really see the hype for it. In my eyes, for, like, this specific default. Like, it could have used, like, let's say, you know, Big Chug Asst over here came out maybe once, and then, like, 2 years later, like, will he get the same respect? You know what I mean? So it's a little confusing, but it just kind of is what it is. And I'm fine with that. So now we're going to move on to the daily. I'm going to start off with Synth, which his outfit reacts to receiving damage, which is, I think it says receiving damage, right? Yeah, it just says reacts to damage. I don't know why they have an option with glasses. That's the only change. I mean, again, if you're playing, you wouldn't really see the difference. But I wonder how it lights up. Something tells me that these little blue things right here, probably the only thing that lights up, while his suit stays this blue to, I said blue, this yellow to a deep orange, I guess. Like a red orange, I guess. Like yellow to a red orange. That's it. Like that's just the whole outfit. So I'm assuming the only thing that reacts here is just the little blue streaks on his outfit. He does have a back bling, which is it. Nope, it's just reactive as well. I mean, maybe the sword part reacts. This, maybe the bombs. I don't know. Watch it be just this part. He really isn't anything exciting. I heard people being like, "Oh, I'm happy and excited for this," but nothing really. It's kind of like everybody in Smash when they were excited for Banjo being in the game, but you barely come across that many Banjos in the game. So, Payback, a part of the RPM. So these RPMs, or the RPM set, is pretty much just a motorcycle gang, which I definitely see in this skin. I used to really not like this skin before, but when you think about it, like, as a part of the RPM, like, when you see, like, oh, it's a motorcycle person or whatever, I feel like it's very fine and it doesn't look too bad. You know, they're not obscuring the face too much with, like, a helmet or anything like they did with the other ones, but, you know, you got your little safety guards with spikes, and I don't know why she has that on her knuckles, she's probably just to punch you or something, but it's not a bad-looking skin. I mean, purple, white, red, blue, the only color, oh, and I guess gold. But it doesn't look too bad overall. It just isn't bad. I mean, it's better than the Synth, but I'm going to repeat at the very end. You got Synth Streak, which I'm assuming is for him. It does say new. His streak or contra really isn't too bad. I mean, you know, it looks like it starts off green and then ends off in red, maybe? It's kind of hard for us to see because I can't zoom in or out, but it... Nope, I'm not getting a call from New Jersey. But yeah, that's what it looks like here. Like, you got green, it fades to like an orange, and then maybe ends off on a red. I think that's pretty cool. Is this a part... Wait, his name is Revenge Redix. So isn't this a part of Redix? Then what are you a part of? Parallel Future. So this is Redix pickaxe. Weird that only the pickaxe came and not the skin or anything else. I mean, this one's not a bad-looking pickaxe. I mean, by all means, you know, I love the gold with the black, but then you just have, like, this random red. Which I ain't really complaining about. It doesn't kill it or anything. I mean, they could have easily made it, like, something else, but it is supposed to be, I guess, bionic. But you get the idea. I mean, it's not a bad pickaxe. I'm pretty sure some of you guys out there can figure out what, you know, that can go with aside from the Redix skin. Lastly, we have two emotes, and I'm thinking I am just going to buy both of these. Well, rather, the second one, because I do have Cap Kick. So Cap Kick, if you guys didn't know, is a part of, well, the classic Cap Kick challenge, where you guys were, I don't know if it started on TikTok, but I know I saw it a couple times, mostly on TikTok, I believe, not really Instagram. But point is, all you would do is you would kick a bottle cap, see if it would twist off, and if you did it, it worked. And of course, as you just saw, when you fail, you just completely land on the floor, like so. And the way you can kind of tell you are going to be able to kick it is there's a moment where you pause. Not like that. There we go. Like that. When your pose changes. When you put your hands like close up to you in a fist, that's how you know you're going to fail. But if you go a little slower and your hands are a little outward, that's how you know you're going to be able to kick it. That's how I realized. See, like right there, fist closed, can't do it. Fist closed, no. Fist, fist, fist. Hand. Okay. See? It's a little bit slower, but when you see that detail, you know you're going to be able to get it. It's not like the Howl emote, where you have like a very slim chance, or even the Hula Hoop one, where you have a very slim chance of getting what you want. Like the Howl, you howl like a wolf, but there's a slim chance you'll bleat like a goat. And then for the Hula Hoop, there's a slim chance that you almost always like fail the Hula Hoop, but there's a slim chance that you just suddenly start Hula Hooping, so. I don't know which skin I'm going to use this emote for. Probably Beef Boss, maybe. Maybe Cuddle Team Leader, I don't know. I'll think about it a little more. But I actually do like this emote. I think it's pretty funny. The music isn't like horrible. I can actually kind of like enjoy it, you know? And sometimes even when I'm like done listening to this, I'll just be like, you know, humming the tune. So I really like this, and I'm gonna get it. I'll probably end up trying to see if there's anything in Save the World at the moment. I did play Save the World last night, but if this updated, perhaps Save the World updated. We never really know, so we'll have to see. If not, completely fine. And then, of course, Renegade Shadow is back. I believe I reviewed this twice. I have a theory that I reviewed this twice. So, that's still there. So I'm not going to review it again, but it is there for you guys. It is a special offer, so that could mean that it's limited. I'm not sure. So anyway, I do have a final verdict here. So again, take my opinion with a grain of salt. I understand that everybody's opinion is completely different. And if you guys, again, would like to say what's on your mind, you know, you can comment down below. But I think that for the feature, the best is Dark Bomber, second being Big Chug Asst, and then third being Recon Expert. The reasoning why I'm saying it like that is because Dark Bomber, again, you're taking an iconic, good-looking skin, and you're turning it into a dark version of that, and I think it still works. It's still a good-looking skin. Its whole set, sure, is pretty expensive, but I think Dark Bomber is just a really good-looking skin. I mean, plus, if I had to choose between a 1200 and a 1200, why would I want the one that is a part of the Dark series over a default? Just saying. Nothing wrong with Recon Experts, but I think there might be a little bit too much hype seeing how it is pretty rare, and that's it. I think, you know, like, it just kind of is what it is. Second, Big Chug Asst, because, like I said, he's just very reminiscent of Bane from the Batman series, or actually anything Batman related, I guess. I guess, you know, there's some Bane, I believe, that doesn't have these, like, tubes coming out of him, but some very much have that adaptation, and I feel like that's what makes Bane, well, pretty much Bane. Like, yeah, he's a strong dude, but let him get on the little juice, and then he's going to be even bigger than what he is, and that's just what this reminds me of. Again, still reminds me a lot of the Batman and Robin movie, where Bane was introduced via film, and it was just like, it was really just like a jacked dude. It was insane. But that's what it reminds me of. But again, nothing wrong with Recon Expert. Again, I understand it is very rare. 2 years old, maybe 2.5, you know. That's insane. That this skin hasn't been out for like 2 years. But 1,200, again, I feel like it's just way too much. But maybe you guys probably won't care that it's 1,200 because it is a 2-year-old skin that is very rare at the moment. But seeing how it did come back, I feel like it would just not continue to be very rare. I feel like if I were to go into a game right now, or maybe later today, I'm probably going to see a lot of Recon Experts, and then people are going to be like, oh yeah, dude, you know, I'm the best, and you get like, whatever. But again, I think there's maybe a little bit too much hype, but it definitely is a rare one, and I like that it's rare. So we'll have to see. Maybe not a lot of people will get it. The daily. Definitely Payback beats the Synth. I'm just saying, like, the synthetic guy is 1,500. He's reactive, but there's nothing else to that other than, hey, I'm just a reactive skin. That's it. Payback, at least I know I'm getting this, like, I guess Japanese Spiker Girl. I mean, it has like the little, you know, writing, the bats, you know. So, and then plus, you know, this I believe is Japanese as well. Of course. Oh, wait. Here, the face mask. There's a sun, land of the rising sun. Get it? All right. Anywho. Bionic synopsis. I think that's what you say. I don't know how to read. I think it's an okay site. The Synth Streak is not bad either. I'm gonna buy it. And what happens if I go back? Okay, just saying. It says canceled purchase is available for a little while or until you leave the screen. So I wanted to make sure, like, are you for sure? And it's true. So as soon as you leave the screen, boom. So that's pretty cool. It's a nice way, if you guys didn't know, to let you return something. I know I had a relative who bought, like, let's say he bought that Recon Expert and he really didn't want it. He just kept it, and it was just like, oh no, I wasted all my money on it. And it was just like, bro, you clearly have an opportunity here to, like, give it back, or not even that. You still have a lifetime refund, which is like a 30-day thing. But the point is, that was the item shop. We're now down to 1,300 V-Bucks, but that's just kind of is what it is. So with that said, again, let me know what you guys think. Comment down below, Discord link down below. But if you are going to our Discord link, you might notice that there is a second link. That is our Cash App donations link. So if you guys would like to help fund me getting newer gear, I would like to get some new equipment, seeing how my computers are officially out of date and can no longer upload to YouTube anymore. It would be awesome if we could try to go ahead and get a new computer and probably even a capture card one of these days to even record some old gameplay. I would love to go ahead and play through games like Luigi's Mansion, you know, maybe Mario Sunshine, or what other games we got? We got some like old Halo games and whatnot, you know, and, it just kind of is what it is. But I would like to play through older games, and if we ever get a newer capture card, we can obviously restream from the Nintendo Switch, and I would love to bring Smash Bros. Content to our channel, both this one and the other channel, the Zabin Project. So if you have not subscribed to either of them, please do, because every subscription you give us makes us one step closer into being a featured content creator. And with that being said, you guys would be able to support me in Fortnite if you guys are Fortnite players, or maybe any type of epic game creator. You guys can literally use my creator code, and then you guys would be able to go ahead and support me through that, which would be very awesome if you did. So with that said, thank you for watching again. No hate on Recon Expert. I would get it myself, but I don't want to buy it, especially when I'm pairing it up against the Dark Bomber. Dark Bomber, I know for a fact, will come back eventually, but as of right now, I don't think I'll be buying anything else other than feeling jaunty. So, I'll catch you guys in about 8 hours from now. Thank you for watching. If you did, I'm going to go blue screen here. Again, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. As always, please stay healthy.